wallahi, bro. Say wallahi.
Are the writers of From smoking what Jade is smoking? Because tell me, why the fuck is Boyd crying about people dying now when they finally have a half-decent plan? Really, after 4 seasons with the build-up, after Boyd literally chose not to commit because he believed he had to keep on trying, this is the moment he wants to bitch about risk? We've been knowing that people could die trying to get home, so why is he trying to act like this is a new thing? Alright cunts, episode 8 of From just got released, and it's safe to say that this was another episode of Yap, filled with maybe 5 minutes of actual plot. But that's not even the worst part, because the thing that they decided to spend the most time on is on Boyd struggling with the idea that people could potentially die while trying to get the children's bones. When I was watching this for the first time, I was getting pissed off, I ain't gonna lie, but to give them the benefit of the doubt, it wasn't until after I got done watching the episode was when I started to see where they were trying to get at. Hear me out now. The more I tried to understand Boyd, the more I realized he is honestly the most courageous pussy in the world. He is out here risking his life just to get an inkling of progress, but God forbid if anyone else gets hurt for whatever reason. I mean, in season 1, he was too pussy to make this cunt go in the box. In season 3, he was too pussy to torture Elgin, and now in season 4, he is too pussy to get the children's bones because people could die in the process. When you remember the things that he's done in the previous seasons, it makes sense as to why Boyd doesn't want to see people get hurt. But tell me, why did I think this still felt so forced when I was watching the damn episode? Oh yeah, because in the last episode, Boyd was risking Kenny's life over this dumbass plan. This makes no sense. How the fuck are you gonna have Boyd greenlight Kenny risking his life after 2 minutes of sweet talk, but 1 episode later, he is breaking down over people risking themselves for a chance to get home? Listen, I'm not expecting characters in this TV show to be black and white. They can be nuanced, they can make mistakes, but the way they were handled in episode 8 was a missed opportunity, you have to admit. Instead of Boyd just being gagged about the fact that people could die, they should have had him carrying the guilt from the last episode. Just have him sit with the idea that he almost sent Kenny to his death based off of a theory. That way, when Jade goes off about his plan about the bones and risking lives and all that shit, he will naturally freeze up and be scared about executing this plan in the first place. But nah, the best they had was Boyd having PTSD over his wife, which I can kinda see, but it just feels so disjointed considering such a major moment happened in the previous episode which they could have used in conjunction. You know, now that I mentioned Kenny, why the fuck did this show barely focus on him for this entire episode? I mean, sure, we see him, but he does not look like someone who is processing the fact that he almost died. I mean, come on, bro. We got more screen time with these chicks having a beef like it's fucking Grey's Anatomy than with Kenny. And even then, Kenny looks like this is just a regular Tuesday. This is my problem. This is my problem with From. They spend way too much time on useless drama, but when it comes to showing important detail, they just procrastinate. I mean, they're procrastinating with finding the bones, they're procrastinating with Kenny almost dying, they procrastinated with disposing the doll body thing, which, by the way, makes no sense. I mean, they are literally witnessing a body, growing doll eyes and stitches, and no fucking alarm bells are going off. Clearly, this body is not normal. Clearly, it's turning into one of the monsters, so why is there no sense of urgency to dispose the damn thing? That's not even the funniest part, because when they forgot to do anything about the body, Boyd says this.
We need to pick a new spot.
For what?
For burying people. The cemetery's full. We were pushing it with Jim and the pastor.
Got any more good news you want to bring me?
I swear, as the show progresses, the more idiotic the fucking characters become. Why would you bury a body that is clearly turning into a monster? Just burn the damn thing. Of course, when the body came back to life and all that bullshit happened in Colony House, they had the audacity to say this.
What do we do with the body?
Burn it.
Yeah, I'm done with this one. Who else was pissing me off in this fucking episode? Oh yeah, we had Henry go through the same old bullshit with the dreams again. Listen, the amount of screen time he has gotten for this episode, I was expecting something more meaningful, but it honestly feels like we were just watching the same point get repeated over and over again. Like cool, it's already been established that Henry is being manipulated. Can we see him act on this and actually do something interesting? There was also Tabitha, which this chick was pissing me off equally as much as Henry. Because why was her ass being such a bitch towards Victor? Yeah sure, Victor can be annoying as fuck, but he is practically a child himself. You don't gotta crash out on him. The only interesting thing Tabitha has done in this episode wasn't even because of her, it was the appearance of the man in yellow. Listen, even my hating ass can say that I like this moment. It fits into what Boyd said earlier about how if they're being threatened, that means they know they're close to an answer. And I'm just glad that the man in yellow is finally becoming the center of attention with the townspeople. This honestly should have happened a long ass time ago, but hey, better late than never. Speaking of cool moments, the only other moment that I found interesting with this episode was with Fatima. It got revealed that she's technically dying or already dead. Fatima thinks that she's turning into one of the monsters, but that doesn't make sense because she literally knows that they turn into monsters because they sacrificed their children. So unless I'm missing something or Smiley just got off-screened, I ain't believing none of that shit. Me personally, I think it's just Smiley fucking with Fatima and he's probably just trying to get his get back after making him fumble with Kenny. Fatima during this episode was also trying to wrap her head around the fact that she was able to control Smiley, which I was honestly shocked as to how well she took it. Knowing the show, if a character just got a cool ass power, you know damn well they ain't using none of that shit. But nah, Fatima was hyped as fuck, which in turn makes me hyped as fuck because I cannot wait to see what she does with her powers. From continues to be a show with many interesting ideas, there's no doubt about that. But what's been evident throughout this entire series and continues to be emphasized in episode 8 is that this show has great ideas, but terrible execution. Boyd's fear of getting people killed could have worked, Kenny's near-death experience could have mattered, Henry's hallucinations could have actually gone somewhere. But instead, this episode kept dancing around this interesting shit instead of actually committing to it. I am giving this episode a strong 5 to 6. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.